Hi, I'm Chef Tawanika Davenport of Delectable Eats Concierge Catering Company here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been getting some requests about my red velvet cake pancakes. And I decided to make a video and show you how they're made instead of, just posting the recipe. I'll show you. Alright, let's get to it. Here I have my dry ingredients, which in the bowl is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then I have my wet ingredients, which is 1 cup of milk, or you can use buttermilk, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Of course, I have my red food coloring, some butter to put on top of the pancakes when they come out off of the stove, and then I have a lime here. Now, the trick with the lime is I'm going to make my own buttermilk, so that saves money because people don't drink buttermilk on a daily, But if you do, then go ahead and use that. And then over here in the pan, I have 1.5 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to melt. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my lime juice into my milk mixture. And it doesn't have to be lime juice. It can be the juice of a lemon. You just need some sort of acid in order to make the buttermilk, because that's all it is. So I'll take my whisk, mix up my dry ingredients. And remember, you always do your wet ingredients into your dry. So I'm just going to pour in that milk, vanilla, and the egg. And just go ahead and whisk it all together. Now, if you're looking at the mixture and you see you need to add more milk, feel free, because that's exactly what I'm about to do. Run in and get it. So instead of a cup, it would be like 1.5 cups of milk, because you want a nice loose batter, like pancakes. And you want to incorporate everything really good so you have a nice smooth batter. Then I'm going to start to melt my butter, because my butter is going to go into my pancake batter. And that helps, and the butter helps to make it light and fluffy along with the baking powder. And you don't have to use just regular all-purpose flour. You can use self-rising flour as well. And that will cut out the baking powder part. Alright, so I'm just going to melt my butter like so. As you see, it's getting nice and melty. And I'm melting the butter in the same pan that I'm going to cook the pancakes in, so that way it's already seasoned and I don't have to add any residual butter. And I can get right into making my pancakes. So, as you see, after moving the butter around a bit, it's nice and melted and ready to go. And you can use any butter that you like, whatever you have on hand at home. I'm going to cut my heat down to medium. And then I'm going to whisk in my butter like so. Move that until I'm ready. Don't want to burn the pan. So I'm just going to mix that together like so. And make sure everything is incorporated well. And that's the consistency that you want of your batter. And then, clean up my mess a little bit. Last but not least, I'm going to add my food coloring. Now, you add the red food coloring to your discretion, because sometimes if you add too little, it'll be pink, and you don't want pink pancakes. You make a red velvet pancake, so they don't need to be pink. So you want to add eyeball enough just to where they're your color red, I want to say. So I'm just going to pour about a tablespoon in and start mixing that together. And see how it's pink? So since it's a light hue of pink, I'm just going to, like a rose color, I'm going to add maybe about a teaspoon more red food coloring. Oop. Yeah, that's the red I like. I like a nice pretty rose red. Alright, now that we have that mixed together, you want to look at your batter and see you want it just like that, free falling like a cake batter. So then I'm going to take my skillet and put it back onto my medium heat and let it warm up. I'm going to clean up my mess just a little bit, put my milk back. My food coloring. I'm going to take my spoon. You want a nice size spoon. And then as you see and hear, my butter is sizzling up. That means it's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spoon and spoon my pancake batter into the butter. And when you do it with a spoon, you get nice, you can control the size of the pancakes better, and they'll be round. I'm just going to do 2 at a time. And if you want them to be bigger, you can always add just a little more of the pancake mixture on top, or the pancake batter on top while it's cooking. And I'm going to turn it down to a notch just before medium, because I don't want it to cook too fast. Alright, then I'm going to move my plate over with my spatula to my butter knife ready, so that when my pancakes come out, I can rub them down with butter. And once again, you can use any type of butter that you like. It's your pancakes, whatever you want to do. And you just cook them like regular pancakes. You know, you want to make sure that they bubble on the upside before you flip them over. And you will have a nice pretty brown on the other side. I don't like soft pancakes. I'm going to just turn it up just a little bit back to medium, so it can start to bubble, and so that my residual butter in the pan doesn't burn. As you see, I'm starting to get just a little bit of bubbles in this one. Oh yeah, listen to that sizzle, baby. It's sizzling. Now, of course, if you like thick pancakes, you can always add more flour to the mixture and make them thicker. And if you want them thinner, you can always add more milk. You can use that to your discretion, because some people like real thick pancakes and some people like real thin pancakes. Me, I like them in between. And keep in mind, they're going to rise anyway, because there is going to be baking powder with this recipe that I use. And as well as if you use self-rising flour, the agents in there will automatically make the pancakes rise up. Okay, so we're getting some bubbles. Hopefully. We'll start popping out. Come on and pop, pop, pop. It smells good. Alright, so that looks like it's pretty set and you have a couple of bubbles starting to appear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. I flipped it a little too early. It's not completely brown like I like it, but that's okay. And then what I like to do is after I flip it over is smash it down just a little bit. And I think I'm going to take my time with the next one. As that is getting nice and bubbly. Oh, it smells delicious. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good. Yes, indeed. Okay, so this pancake is set, and as you see, you're starting to get those bubbles. The bubbles indicate that it's ready to be flipped and that it's cooked on the other side, just in case you were wondering. So then I'm going to take it and flip it. Oh yeah. And press it down. Look at that color. I love that. And then the little crispy bit. So as that continues cooking, which once you flip pancakes, they have just about maybe a minute and 30 seconds at the most on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and take this pancake out. And what I like to do is put it down on the plate and take my butter and spread it on top. Butter it like some toast. This helps to keep the pancake moist and delicious. And then I put just a little extra on top for the pancake that I lay on top of it. And then I repeat and do the same thing. Top it with butter. Voila, there you go. Now, with these pancakes, since they are a red velvet cake pancake, you can use maple syrup if you want to, if you just want to stick with syrup, or you can make a cream cheese topping. I take about 4 ounces of cream cheese and I beat it for maybe 5 to 7 minutes with a tablespoon of maple syrup and put it on top, or I just eat them as is. The choice is really up to you. And what I like to do with that maple mixture is make it ahead of time and roll it in foil, so I'll always have it, and then scoop it out and place it on top of the pancakes while the pancakes are hot. And as you see, it'll start to melt onto the pancakes just a little bit. So delicious. Now the good thing about this batter is it will last up to 3 days in the refrigerator covered, so you can have it on hand. And it, as long as you whip it before you put it in the pan, it will be nice and fluffy, just like the day you made it. It will go back to that state. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy the pancakes, and yeah, have a good day. Bye.